Okay, so various parts of Visual Studio are the C Sharp.NET. That part already we have discussed it. So there will be a solution explorer and the IDE part, coding part where we write it, and a default program will come along with the program. Okay, so this is also a default line. It will come up when you select a new program and just try to run it. You can see hello world output. Okay, so basically we know what console.writeLine will do. So console.writeLine, it will try to display some output. Okay, some static text as the output. Okay, so this is the part we have discussed it in our earlier discussions. Now today, if you're fresher, you need to understand what is the entry point of the program execution. See, you have your home, right? In the home, there will be multiple doors to enter. Okay, and suppose once if you enter into the home, there will be hall, kitchen, bedroom, master bedroom, like this. There will be different rooms, drawing room, playing room, like this. There will be different rooms. So you can go to any one of the rooms if you have access. Okay, if you have access. But if you wanted to have access to any one of the rooms, first you should have access to the main door. Suppose if you are at outside of the home, you did not enter into it. Okay. Um, then probably you cannot access any one of the inside rooms, maybe your kitchen, bedroom, or drawing room, or playing room, whatever. So where do you start? The starting point is the main door. You need to enter into the house using main door or the main gate. So that is the entry point of your need. In similar fashion, when you come to the programming languages also, the programming languages, it has multiple functionalities. Suppose if I write a program, maybe I'm writing a program to sell a car. I have a car company. For me, I'm writing a program. That program includes how many cars selling per day is one functionality, and which car is sold by which sales agent. That is the second functionality. And what are the models of the cars? Third functionality. Like this, in the same program, I will try to include multiple functionalities. So you can have access to any one of the functionality. Suppose at this moment, if you wanted to find out how many cars sold in a day, you can find it out. But what is the entry point of the program execution? So if you're fresher, definitely you will be asked this question. As of now, we are writing only one function. We may not see the difference, but if you are fresher, you will be asked, what is the entry point of the program execution? When I have 1,000 lines in a program, suppose in this program, how many lines I have is I have 30 lines of the program. Then where the program execution begins, is that begins from line 1 or line 2, or what is the entry point? That is the question you may have to face if you are trying to find a job as a fresher. And remember, main is the entry point of the program execution. Okay, means you may have 1,000 lines in your program, but wherever you write the main, the program execution begins from main always. So main is like a main door, a main gate to your home. Once if you enter into your home, then you will have access to all rooms inside. In similar fashion, when you have multiple functions in a program, you can access all those functions once if you enter into the main. Then how can I enter into the main function? That is the default mechanism of a C# programming language. In fact, not only C# .NET, any programming language, there will be a main function. The program execution always begins with the main. The compiler or the when you try to run the program, it can automatically detect the main. That is where it will start execution of the program. Okay, so this is what the main. Whatever you are seeing here, you need to understand what is string as. At this moment, ignore this. When we discuss a concept of the arrays, then I will bring this concept back. But as of now, ignore it. For now, just remember the program execution begins with the main function. Okay, main function. Then try to see some technical aspects today, then how it is working. Okay, so in programming languages, whenever you wanted to start learning, we have to understand two things. Okay, so that is input and output. Okay, input and output. So what is input? What is output? Okay, so you might have some idea if some of you are already having experience working on any of the other programming languages, that is fine. But for freshers, I would like to give some basic information. What is input and what is output? Leave about computer terminology for a few minutes, but try to understand. So whatever we are giving, that is called as the input, and whatever we are getting back, that is called as the output. Suppose if you do mobile recharge, that is the input. By doing mobile recharge, you are able to use a data, you are able to use, you can make use of doing outgoing calls. That is the output. So how you are getting output like mobile data doing out calls is by giving some input. That input is in the form of the recharge your mobile. So if you want to get output, you must be given some input also. In similar fashion, all computer technologies or all websites or the desktop applications, always it works based on input and output only. Suppose I would like to find out addition of two numbers, okay, int a comma b. Okay, I would like to find out addition of two numbers. A equal to 10, I would like to assign it. B equal to 20, I would like to assign it. Then int c equal to a plus b, the result equal to 10 plus 20 is equal to 30. Here, what is the input I'm giving is 10 and 20. That is what I wanted to find out addition. That is what I wanted to figure out actually. And once if I go 10 and 20, system will find out addition of A and B means 10 plus 20. It will return 30 as the result. So whatever I am passing from my keyboard to program, remember this is the technical definition. What is input? Whatever I am passing from my keyboard to program, that is called as the input. So 10 and 20, I will pass it as input from my keyboard to the program. So after passing 10 and 20, system will do some evaluation in backend that will print 30 as the output, means I'm getting it back 30 as the result. That is the output. Yeah, Ashish, I just will show it in some time. Just give me a couple of minutes. Okay, so main is always required in traditional programming languages. The program execution begins from here. I will show it actually. The top lines will be used to inner functionality, but the program execution always begins with the main. Whatever you write on top of it, it doesn't matter. It can be used later part also, but the program execution always begins with the main. I will show it in a couple of minutes. Okay, so 10 plus 20 equal to 30. The 30 is the output that we are getting from the system. Now, how to process this input and output? Okay, how to process this input and output? That is where the concept of the data types comes to the picture. Okay, so today the actual part we were discussing is a data type. Okay, a data type. So data type means, okay, data type means in order to make the programming languages efficient, okay, in order to make the programming languages efficient, in order to manage the data, we have this concept of the data types in any programming language. So what is a data type? So before you understand a data type, first we have to understand what is data. Okay, what is data? So let me give you one example. Okay, let me give you one example. Uh, I would like to take an example as a pen. Now let me take a pen. Then let me take another example. Okay, let me take another example. And the example is, okay, let me take a car. Okay, so I have taken two examples, pen and car. Then how can you say an object in my hand is a pen or an object with me is a car? How can you differentiate it? When I said like this, we have to come to a feature which is called as a property. Means when I'm talking about pen is having some set of properties like model. What is the model? You can consider your mobile also. Okay. And size. Okay. And price. Okay. Color. Okay. So these are the uh, features of a pen. Okay. These are the features of the pen. When I come to a car is having some set of features like model, which model car is, company type, okay, company type, and fuel type, okay, fuel type, and cost, okay, and cost, and mileage. Like this, a car will have some set of properties, okay. So when I'm talking about different objects, pen is having these properties, car is having these properties. So now, when I show you an object pen, you can name it as pen when that object is having all these features. When I choose a car, that car is having all these features. So you can identify an object with all these features. Now, what is data type? Now, what is data type is whatever features that you are trying to mention here, each feature is having a nature of the data. Okay, the data or the information is having some nature. Suppose, what is the model of the pen? Okay, what is the model of the pen? Maybe the model of the pen I'm using is Cello. Cello forward. Okay, this is one pen. And this is the important point you need to understand. What is the price? Okay, and if you are already experienced it, please listen. You maybe know about this, but required for freshers. What is the price of the pen? Okay, 25 INR. Okay, 25 INR, Indian rupees. Now the question is, if someone asks you, if you are holding a pen, what is the price of this? What if we try to say, price of my pen is, okay, price of my pen is ABC. So when I ask a question, what is the price of your pen? You can tell either 25 rupees or ABC also. But which is the correct answer? Which is the possibly correct answer is always a numeric number. Okay, always a numeric number because price is always a numeric. It never is an alphabet like ABC. This is the wrong answer. As a human being, you can tell what is the price 25 INR, but computer should not accept what is price if I ask, it should not accept the ABC. So basically, the same is applicable to car also. Okay, what is the model means? You can say Tata, Alto, some 1 to 3 models, that is fine. But what is the fuel type? You cannot say my fuel type is ABC because fuel type is fixed. It could be petrol or it could be something like gas or diesel like this. But fuel type never going to be 25. If I ask you mileage is always a numeric number, 25, 30, 40, but mileage is never going to be a petrol or something. So when you define an object, okay, whatever data that you are trying to input, it has a nature. It has a nature. That nature can be an integer nature, that can be a decimal nature, that can be a character nature. But before we give the input, we have to define them. We have to tell the computer, see, I am passing an integer number. You have to consider it as the integer. See, I am passing a name so that it is alphabet. So basically, what is a data type in programming languages is the nature of the data that we are processing to the program is called as the data type. Suppose if I am passing a number, then I will call it as integer data type. If I am passing a decimal number, means 10.3, 10.6 is different from 10, right? 10 is different, 10.6 is different. So 10.6 is the decimal number. Or the characters like cello power, that is called as the string in system terminology. Okay, so the data types are predefined in order to avoid the mistakes when you write a program. So when you are writing a program, you have to write it with as much as accurate. In order to avoid the mistakes, we have to define a concept which is called as the data type. So basically what data types are discussing is what type of data you are processing as input and output. Is that integer? Is that character? Is that float? Is that string? Is that decimal? So by taking all these questions into consideration, we have to define data types in a programming language. So when you start learning a programming language, always we have to start with learn data types first. Then we can construct a program on top of a data types. So the first thing you need to understand the data types. Okay, so I will go in depth about the data types, but before that, try to understand how these are processing. Suppose I have a requirement. The requirement of the program is I have two numbers. Okay, I have two numbers. Okay, I need to find out addition of those two numbers. Okay, I need to find out addition of those two numbers. So whenever I wanted to take two numbers, possibly consider them as integer numbers, I would like to write a keyword int. I will explain what is int, but as of now, try to focus on A, B, and C. Okay, I have taken three variables A, B, and C. I just will come to the point what is a variable, but remember, just try to follow it. Okay, I have defined three A, B, C. Now, let me try to assign A equal to 10 and B equal to 20. Okay, B equal to 20 and C equal to A plus B. I'm trying to write a small logic. C equal to A plus B. So what exactly the meaning of lines 9, 10, 11, 12? Okay, in this program, what I'm suggesting is I'm suggesting my program take two integer numbers 10 and 20, find out sum of it. Okay, find out sum of it. As of now, I did not go to display it, but I would like to display. First, let me show the output. Then I will try to explain all technical concepts. Okay, just run the program. See, it can show me the value 10. Okay, 30, sorry. Okay, so the addition of given two numbers. Okay, the addition of given two numbers is 30. We can see that output. Now, what is the meaning of this one? At this moment, I would like to find out addition of integer numbers only. If I try to assign a value 10.6, it will throw the error. You can see that red line highlighted. Okay, that means a number with integer, it cannot take the decimal value. That is how the accuracy of the programs can be maintained. We can avoid the mistakes. We can avoid the mistakes. That is where the concept of the data types comes to the picture. So basically, what data types describing is what type of data you should be taken into the consideration when you are doing a program as per your requirement. Suppose if you are asked to write a program to find out addition of given to integer numbers, this is the correct program. Suppose if I ask you write a program to find out addition of any given two numbers, then possibly this is wrong program, because if I try to assign a decimal numbers, then it will throw the error back. It won't accept it. Okay. So when I have to use integer, when I have to use the decimal, again, that is the question. Suppose to resolve this question, I will ask one question. What is your percentage of marks, or what is your average of marks? Suppose if you are writing an exam for in 5 subjects, okay? If you are writing an exam, what is the average? Okay, what is the average? So total by 5. Possibly that always comes in the decimal 80.5, 90.5, 87.6. Okay, average would be division. Because of the division, it could come in the decimal point. I will ask you another question. What is your rank in class? rank in class is always integer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but it never going to be 1.5, 2.5. So based on your requirement, you have to define the data types. The accuracy of the programs is always depends on how efficiently you are using the data types. So in this today's class, you will be understanding how to define the data types, how to process the input and output. Okay, so okay, that is what we have here. So I said int a comma b comma c, define take a value b value and find out addition of a and b. This can find out addition of two integer numbers only. So when you are writing a program, when you start writing a program, then only you have to imagine what type of data types are required in the program. Now try to understand how to define these data types. Okay. So let us try to understand all these lines one after the other one. Int a comma b comma c, three variables we have. Then what is a variable? Okay, what is a variable? Maybe you might have some idea. Okay, you might have some idea in your lower standards a plus b whole square equal to, okay, I don't know how to display the square value, but try to understand. A plus b whole square equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab. It was the formula we have learned in our lower standards. Then what is a and b? A and b are called as the variables. Now, if I said if a equal to 2 and if b equal to 3, then what is the value of a plus b whole square, 2 plus 3 whole square is? Then you will substitute the variable values. Okay, you will substitute the variable values into the program. Okay, 2 plus 3 whole square equal to 2 square means 4, 3 square means 9, in 2 into AB. 2 2s are 4, 4 3s are 12. Correct? 2AB. 4, 3, 12. Okay. So then 21, 4 plus 9 plus 12, 25, 2 plus 3 whole square equal to 25. Okay. Here A and B are called as the variables. 2 and 3 are called as the constant values. Probably substitute the variables with the constant value. It was the theory in A plus B whole square formula. Now come to our discussion int A comma B comma C. When you declare like this, okay, when you declare like this, okay, when you declare like this, okay, when you declare like this, what happens is when you said A comma B comma C, system will generate, okay, system will generate okay. So when you define int A comma B comma C, let me redefine it here. I said int A comma B comma C. Clearly understand what is variable. I'm taking a lot of time to explain this because I want you to be perfect in understanding the basic concepts. Everyone knows what int A comma B comma C, but how the functioning is working. That's what I want to make to I want to make comfortable to understand. Okay. See, when you set int A comma B comma C, how the system works is from the C#.NET available memory, it will generate 3 units of memory location. Okay, 3 units of memory location, and it will assign name to them as A and B and C. That is what exactly happens in the system. Unless you define int A comma B comma C, no memory is assigned for this program. If no memory is assigned for this program, probably I cannot take input. I cannot process the output also. So in order to process the input and output, I need some memory to be assigned to my current program, which is running on my system. For that purpose, I said int A comma B comma C. Here, A, B, C are called as the variables. So basically, okay, if someone said declare a variable int A comma B comma C in a program, that means you have to declare int A comma B comma C. When you write this line, system will generate 3 memory locations, will assign some amount of memory to the program. What amount of memory assigned to the program, that we will discuss in next couple of minutes, but memory will be assigned. Now, when I set a equal to 20, okay, when I set a equal to 20, a value 20 will be stored in the memory location assigned to A. And when I set B equal to 20, in the memory assigned for B, value 20 will be assigned. Let it be take 30 as A already have given that. Okay. In the third line, I said C equal to A plus B. Then what happens is C equal to, it will go to the A memory location 10 plus B 30, C equal to A plus B. So it will go to A memory location. It collects the value 20. It collects the value 50. As I said, C equal to A plus B, 50 will be saved in this memory location. Okay, this memory location. This is how input and output will be processed. C equal to A plus B. Okay, that is what declaration of the variables. Any program begins with declaration of the variables only. So if you are writing A, B, C means you are trying to allocate some memory to your program. How much memory will allocate? That is the second concept. But try to understand the variable. If you are fresher, the question is, what is a variable in programming language? Okay, what is a variable in the programming language? So variable is name of the memory location. Okay, A is the name of the memory location to assign a constant value. Here, 10 is the constant value assigned to the variable A. Definitely, you will have to face this question if you are writing a written test or a interview as the fresher. These are the questions. What is variable in a programming language? So variable is name of the memory location, okay, which can be assigned a constant value. Then, how many memory locations I can define with the same name? Okay, same name. See, we all have our names, right? Okay, we all have our names. So when you are studying why the hall ticket numbers or roll numbers are assigned, when you can identify with your name. Okay, I can call it, right? Some Madhu or Sneha. Okay, so whatever names we want, we can use that name. Then why we have the hall ticket number or the roll number also? That is the unique feature. Means if I take a name, Meghana, there can be multiple Meghanas in class. But Meghana 1 will have one roll number. Meghana 2 will have another roll number. Roll number never duplicate in a class. Okay, roll number never duplicate in a class. Suppose if two people assign with the same hall ticket number or the same roll number, that would become the confusion. Because when I try to get the marks, which student marks actually I'm trying to get it, that is the duplicate. So when you define a variable similar to that, variables are never duplicate. Means if I define a variable with name A, probably I cannot keep another A because it will confuse. When I said A equal to 10, which A it should be taken? This year, this year. That is the issue. So that variables are always unique. Okay, the names of the variables are always unique. Okay, so that is what exactly data types, how data types are working. Okay, I just will repeat what is a data type is the nature of the data we are taking. Then what is a variable? Variable is the name of the memory location we consider into our program. Okay, and which can assign a constant value. If you are defining a variable means, that means indirectly you are allocating some memory to your program. Now, let us see how to organize input and output in a program. Okay, input and output in a program. There are different ways to it. I will show you all the ways and try to focus it. Now, when I would like to find out addition of two numbers, I ran this program. Okay, ran this program. I can see the value 30. Yes, you and me designed this program. We know that is the addition of A and B. But consider like you are giving this output to someone else, 30, and bottom of it, you can see hello. Then they will ask the question, what is this 30? Is that addition of 10 and 20? Or is that addition of 25 and 5? Is that addition of 2 and 28? There is the question, right? Or else is they don't even know clue that is the addition. That is the number. That's it. It has no clue about is that addition or not. So I would like to process the output in a different manner, which is easy to understand for end user. So that what I'm writing is console dot write line. Okay, console dot write line. Okay, console dot write line. A plus B equal to, okay, A plus B equal to, let me keep a symbol like this, okay, square braces 0, comma, C, okay, comma, C. I will let you know what is this symbol in a moment, but let us see the output. See, in the double quote, I have written A plus B equal to some square braces, comma, C. How it works is when you try to process the output, A plus B equal to will be taken, okay, will be taken. Wherever this symbol comes, square braces of 0, that will be replaced by C in this position. Okay, C in this position. Here, this symbol, square braces between 0 in it is called as a placeholder. Remember the terminology? Placeholder. What is placeholder is? Placeholder is used to replace the variable value. Okay, C will replace the placeholder value. Now, if I run the application, how output will be displayed is A plus B equal to 30 will display, because whatever you are seeing here, that will be replaced with value 30. Okay, see, A plus B equal to 30. Let me uncomment the last line. This is not required anymore. Okay, now people will understand there are two numbers A and B. By adding them, the value 30 is displayed. Now the question is, what is the A value and what is the B value? Is that 25 plus 5, 2 plus 28, or minus 30, or plus 60? Still there is confusion. How I wanted to display is, if I give A equal to 10, if I give B equal to 20, it has to display 10 plus 20 equal to 30. That is what I'm expecting. So this is the format of the output I'm expecting. 10, 10. Suppose if I give A equal to 10, 10 plus 20 equal to 30. This is the format I'm expecting. Very clear to understand for everyone. Then how to reorganize this program? Okay, how to reorganize this program? Then remove A, please keep like this, and remove B, keep like this, and remove, in third place, keep 2. Okay, keep. Now, put A comma, A comma, B comma, C. Now, how it works is, see, remember, if you write square braces, if you write a square brace, that means that has to be replaced by a dynamic value. Then what is 0 indicates is after comma, okay, after comma, the first value will replace in 0. Okay, so after comma, whatever first variable is there, that will replace the 0 value. If I keep 1, see, starts with the 0 actually, I forgot to tell you. See, these languages are invented by the foreigners. Mostly foreigners, they will start with index 0, 1, 2 like this. See, in our, generally our roll numbers 1, 2, 3, it will start like this. But in foreign countries, they will start with 0, roll number 0, 1, 2 like this. They would like to start like this. So it is the reason whenever we have a concept of the index, always it begins with 0. Okay. So when I give this symbol, the first value will replace in 0 position. When I said 1, the second value will replace here. When I said 2, the third value will be replacing here. Now what happens is when I run this program, this one will be replaced with the A value, means okay. So first one is the 0 is equal to A. That implies how it works is that 0 will be replaced with the value of A. That means in this position, okay, this position, the value 10 comes to the picture. In the second one, wherever I am writing 1, okay, wherever I am writing 1 is equal to 1, I said, means in the 1 position, there is B. This is the 0 position. There is 1 position. Okay. 1 implies B, means in the 1 place, there is B. So that wherever I am writing this symbol, that will replace with the B value. Then equal to will be printed static. That is a static figure. Only dynamic values will replace only square braces numbers only. Okay. I said that square of 2 means 2 means in the 2 position there is value C. That implies 2 will be replaced with value 30, addition of A and B. Okay, this is how the values will be replaced. First one will replace with A, the second one will replace with B, and third one will replace with C. Now run the program and see it. Now clearly you can see 10 plus 20 equal to 30. Okay, now I will ask you a couple of questions. I will see all your responses. Then I can understand either you understand this concept or not. Okay, so if I write a program like this, if I try to run this, what is the output I can see it? You can type in actually, I will give half 30 seconds. Now, if I run this program, what is the output it will display? You can type, you can start typing actually. I will see all your responses. See, exact output, the process of the output, not the result. Okay, how the output it will display. Okay, I wanted to see all your responses. If you make it wrong, that's fine. But I could display. Vedamurthy, please turn off your camera. Mhm. Would like to see more responses. Okay, fine. I can see Ashish is correct. Okay, okay, fine. So the possible is it will display, I mean, Megan also it seems 20 plus 20 equal to 30. So this is the correct answer. How many of you make it as 20 plus 20 equal to 30? That is the correct answer. Now, this is where I would like to alert you all. Uh, Try to play with the programming language. Okay, don't try to by heart it and don't try to take it as the uh, rush actually. Okay, I mean, rather than writing a program, try to understand how the languages are working. Then definitely you will love it. Okay, see, remember, this is the way you are thinking user can understand. System has no clue what are you writing here, and it don't bother what are you writing here also. Okay, writing here also. See the logic of the program, A equal to 10 and B equal to 20. C equal to A plus B. That is the logic it will evaluate. At this moment, what is A value is 20, B value, sorry, A is 10, B is 20, C equal to A plus B, C value is 30. Okay. It has no clue. Are you writing correct or wrong? It doesn't matter. Only what it will do is it will try to replace the variable value in the respective position. Okay, respective position. Now, how it works is in the output, I said 1. Then what happens is, see, this is the not a logic to evaluate. Here it is not calculating the logic. The logic is already calculated. You are trying to display it here. That's it. Remember, the logic is already calculated. You are trying to process it in a format which user can understand. So this is not a place to evaluate the logic. The logic is already executed. You are trying to display the output. You are trying to display the output. Okay. So in the output, what I said is placeholder of 1, placeholder of 1 is equal to 2. Now, what is the value in placeholder of 1? B value. So that it will display 20. Okay. So when it is trying to perform the output, first it will display 20 because in the first position, I said display 1. In the 1 position, there is B value. Then again 1 I have given. Again in the 1 position, there is same B. Okay, there is same B is equal to, I said 2. In the second position, there is value C. The logic is already calculated. It will display 30. Okay, it will display 30. Okay, so 10 plus, sorry, 20 plus 20 equal to 30 is the output. How many of you given? This would be the correct answer. 20 plus 20 equal to 30. Okay, it doesn't matter like how many of you given. If you are fresher, new to programming languages and new to this notation, definitely you will be confused. It's the reason I'm stressing out on this one as well. Okay, so it will display. See, it has no clue because the logic is already calculated. The logic is already calculated. Probably this is the format I'm thinking my user can understand. I'm trying to display. Probably this is a bug in the program, but system cannot find it out. Whatever you are trying to give it, it will display. Okay, you maybe all of you seen the Robo movie, right? It will ask to cut, the Robo will cut the hand of some poor person. It will follow the instruction. That's it. Maybe this is the bug in the program, but this is the way you need to understand. Okay, this is the way you need to understand. Okay, so as I give 1, it will display. Don't give it. Okay, just run the program and see the output. Okay, 20 plus 20 equal to 30. We know this is invalid logic, but it doesn't mean the program is wrong. The meaning of this one is, it doesn't mean system calculated wrong. System calculated correctly, but there is wrong in the program you write it. Instead of writing 0, I write it 1 so that it will process in the same fashion. Okay, so we have to ensure because whatever you are writing here, it doesn't matter to the system. It will think like this is the way user can understand. It will try to display. Okay, see, it will display JDK or something. In fact, wherever you write these symbols, those symbols will replace with the constant values. That's it. You can write it anywhere. Try to play with the programming language like this. You can write it anywhere, wherever you want. So basically what these symbols will do is it will try to replace constant values with the numbers. Okay. Now if you write the program, what happens is first it will display JSDK. This 0 will replace with A because the 0 value. This one will replace with B and this one will replace with C. Just run it, you can see it. See, 10, 20, 30. Okay, the way to organize the output. Okay, the way to organize the output. Now, what is a placeholder in the program? In console applications is console applications placeholder will replace the variable value. This variable value will replace the respective one. Okay, all of you understand? You can type yes or no. Still, if you have confusion, I will try to clear your doubts. You can type in actually. Do you understand the logic of this one? What is placeholder? Okay, great. I need all responses. Sneha. Okay, great.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay, good. If you all understand. Okay, now let us come to Ashish question. Okay, he is asking a question, and I love to ask the questions. See, whenever you ask a question, I will try to answer your question definitely. If I don't know any one of the question, definitely I will review it and I will clear your doubts in next week. Okay, there is no person in the world maybe holding 10 years, 15 years, 20 years experience in .NET. They know complete .NET. As 12 years experience in .NET, I can say I have knowledge in .NET 30 to 40%. It's like a ocean. Okay. So whatever questions you are asking, I will try to answer. If I don't know, I will check and I will come back and I will answer your questions. But don't hesitate to ask any questions. Okay. So now, in the beginning, we have asked a question. In the beginning, we have asked I mean, I said like the program execution begins with main. What about the remaining lines in the program? See, remaining lines will be executed as per the need. Whenever needed, it will execute. Suppose you can see at line number 14, I write console. I write console. You see that console displays like class system.console. Okay, system.console. You see line number 1, I have system. When I focus on line number 14, says system.console. These two are internally related. When I am working with line number 14, indirectly line 1 also will be executed because under system namespace, there is console class. But it doesn't mean the execution start with the system. Here we have one feasibility. Let me keep some breakpoints. Yeah, not even it is taking the breakpoints also. Okay, just ignore it, but see how it is working. See, I write a small program. See, this you don't know really, but ignore it, no issue, but I will show the execution better. What are the breakpoints is, it will show how the program is executing. When, how, the lines of execution, everything it will show. So I keep two breakpoints at line number 9 and at line number 12. If I run the program, first it will come to line number 12 because this is the main function. Okay, see, I'm running it. It will highlight with some yellow color. Try to follow it. See, it did not go to line number 8 because this is the first in the order. Any programming language, the program execution always begins with the main. Wherever you write the main, there it will start. Then when 7 will be executed, whenever there is a need, 7 will be executed. Basically, at line number 17, I said I need to go back and execute the 7 as well. Okay. Now you keep pressing F10. I will explain more about the debugging later. Okay. Press. Now at line number 16. Now, whenever I write the test, that means I wanted to execute line number 7. From the test, what happens is, see that yellow line from line number 17, it will go to line number 7 now. So it is able to go back whenever that is required. So whenever that is required. After executing 10, again it will come back to 17. It will try to execute the remaining lines. So you may have any number of lines prior to main also, but the base is always the program execution begins with the main method. The program always begins the execution with the main method. Okay, the previous lines also will be executed as I told, but it all depends on your call. Means whenever you think or whenever you want to get benefit of respect to things, those things are executed. So that is a different concept, calling function, call a function like this. I will explain all those concepts, but this is to fulfill, like to understand how the program execution begins with the main method. Okay, are you clear, Ashish? Now you can type in actually, yes.
Yes, Siva sir. Actually, I was asking these days, are we using main in our production code? Because I was able to see that in C Sharp we have top level statements now, so it is
Yeah,
not mandatory to write a main function like this. We
yeah, I
can
got it.
put classes inside the namespaces.
Yeah, got it. So in the latest programming languages, I mean, if you are using, see here I'm using .NET Framework 4.6 or something, I guess, Framework 5. So the main includes. But if you are using the latest technologies like 4.7 or 4.72, the current running version, there will be definitely main method, but the languages comes with the as much as less coding. In order to avoid that, in the recent programmings, they don't show the main method, but the main method will be included. You just need to expand those methods like this, how many dependencies and all. Okay, then definitely you will be finding the main method. There will be auto mechanism to start with the programming languages, but most of the real-time concepts that we are using now, I mean, many people, they do not upgrade to 4.7.2. Still, they are using 4.6 or 4.5. So in those, definitely we can see the main method actually. So it's the reason I have included here. Sometimes main is not visible, and it doesn't mean main not exist. It is hidden. That's it. Okay, got it. We
Yes,
can
and
see it
before you
actually.
proceed, can you just explain this string array args?
Yeah,
Uh,
Ashish, this concept we will discuss when the concept of the arrays comes. Okay.
okay.
Okay. After arrays, we can discuss this. Okay. Just to start with, see, I am running this program directly. Okay. So I can see the output and all. But to run the program itself, I have some predefined conditions. That is the case where I have to work with this. But as of now, it's not required. In fact, we never use this feature also because these are console applications, right? Nowadays, no one are using console applications. Mostly we work on Windows and web applications. We never bothered about the main method and string args and all. But after discussing arrays concept, definitely I will show you how this is relevant to main. Okay, because many in this group is not aware of the arrays at this moment. Okay, fine, Ashish. Okay, great. Okay, so this is what the process of the input and output. Okay, take a break for 8 minutes. I will come back at 9:40. We will see the dynamic output. Dynamic output means always I don't give A and B values here, right? 10 and 20, not like this. I have to pass the values dynamically, sometimes 50 and 60, 10 and 20 like this. It has to find out the result. That is the input actually. Not this is called as a static input. I would like to give the dynamic output. Means after run the program, it has to ask me enter A value. I will enter some value. Enter B value. I will enter some other value. It has to evaluate the expression. Okay. So that we will discuss in after break. Okay. So now let us see how to proceed with the dynamic output. Okay. So basically what I need is when I run this program, uh, it has to ask me enter A value, then take A value, then B value, then find out the result. Okay, so that is the way I'm expecting. It seems one or two not in yet. Okay. So console.writeLine, enter a value. Okay. So I don't want to give the value at design time. A equal to int dot pass. I will explain the program, but try to see the output first. Okay. So see the output, then I will explain technical aspects in this one. So when I run the program, it will ask enter a value. You can give some value and enter b value. So it has to find out addition of given two numbers. So that is the program here. So dynamic values, not static. When you design the program, you don't want to give any values. Okay. Now try to understand the output. Console.readLine. Okay, what is the meaning of the console.readLine? So the console.readLine, it is used to read the input from your keyboard. So once if you run your application, once if you run our application, wherever you write console.readLine, see it is asking enter a value and console.readLine. Whenever this line you write it, it will wait for the user input. Means you have to enter your input. I am giving 12. Then how my system know passing my input is over? Means 12 is only the number I want. Then maybe it can proceed to execute the remaining lines. Once if you give your input, you need to press on enter. Then it will proceed to execute the next line. Then after enter b value, again I write at line number 14, b equal to int dot parse, okay, int dot parse, console.readLine. I will explain what is int dot parse, but at this moment try to understand console.readLine only. So console.readLine, I can pass another value. It will wait until you press on enter. Means if you press enter means that will be considered as the end of the input. Means the b value you have already given. Then press enter. Then it will execute the remaining lines. Okay, a plus b equal to 68. It will display. So basically, console.readLine. Okay, console.readLine is used to read input from the keyboard. Okay, input from the keyboard. Then what is int.parse? Okay, int.parse is also called as parsing values, is also called as the typecasting. Okay, typecasting. In order to understand, I will ask you one question. Okay, I will ask you one question. That is, let me print here only. What is the value of 10 plus 10 equal to 20? This is called as the integer addition. Okay, integer addition. Let me present it in different format. 10 plus 10. What is the value of this one? What is the value of this one? See, the difference in our point of view, both are 10 plus 10. But if you include something like this, that will be considered as the string addition. This is the integer addition. This is the string addition. Yeah. Okay, string addition. The value is 10, 10. Okay, so this is like this. What is your first name? Easy plus what is your second name? Tech. Okay, tech equal to easy tech is my full name. Okay, so if you do something in double quote, what happens is it will not consider the text as the integer number. That will be considered similar to your first name. Whatever you are trying to give it in double quote, that will be considered as the string. String means characters. Character can be anything again. It can be a number, a digit, okay? It can be a special character, it can be anything. So basically, this is called as a string addition. This is called as the integer addition. So now try to map with this line, console.readline. Okay, console.readline. When you type an input from your keyboard, we know that is the number or the character, but system will consider everything as the character only. Means when system asks me enter a value, I'm giving 10 only, but system will take it as 10. This is the way system will read the value. Okay, this is the way system will read the value. It will not read it as 10 as it is. It will not read it as the 10. So that is the default behavior of the any programming language. A default behavior of the any programming language. Whatever input that you are trying to pass it from your keyboard, that will be taken as the string only. So if you pass a value, if you pass a value to the variable a, console.readline, that will be taken as the string. But the value I have to store it is the integer. Suppose if I try to assign a value like this, it will throw the error because a text cannot be assigned to integer. Okay, this is the error. But when I pass it 10, the value will be taken like this. The value will be taken like this. Now, what int.pass will do is whatever number I'm passing like this, that will remove the braces. It will convert as 10. It will convert as the 10. Then this 10 will be assigned to variable a. I have explained it in the way you understand, like removing the double quote and all, but the technical definition is converting a value from character format to string format is called as the int.parse, because when I present the value, okay, when I present the value, system is taking the value like this. A system is taking the value like this, but this is not the string. I would like to guide my system, convert this to the integer. Okay, convert this to the integer. So it is the reason we have to use int.parse. If I'm using float, probably I have to use the float.parse. Okay, like this. But for string, nothing is required because string can take the any character. Okay, so we'll discuss about strings later, but try to understand this pattern. What is console.readline? Console.readline readline will be helpful to read the input from your keyboard. Whatever you are passing it from your keyboard, it will try to read that value. And int.parse basically tells your system this is not a number, so this is not a character, this is the number. So this is how it will execute. Okay, like and again, don't try to buy hard these programs. Okay, I keep like this. Okay, I keep like this. I will ask you questions. Hello, guys, can you hear me? I hope I'm not
Ye-
talking on mute.
Yes, yes.
Okay. See, this is the program I wrote it, and what is the output it will display? Okay, you can give me wrong answer, that is fine, but I want at least few of you to respond. Is there anyone giving response?
Can you repeat your question again, Sivasa?
Yeah, this is the way I write the program. And what is the output it will display for A and B? Here I am trying to display the A value. I am trying to display the B value. See here, instead of keeping enter A value, I write B, but this is same. I write again B value. Then I am trying to read the A value. Then I would like to display what is the output.
Okay. So, have you tried to execute this code and
Yeah,
passing any value?
yes. I will pass the A values. Suppose consider like at line number 14, I have given 10. At line number 16, I have given 20. What is the output? See, Ashish is working in real time. He can guess it soon. I'm expecting responses from freshers. Ashish, you can always respond, but uh, freshers are new to these concepts.
Yes, yes. I will not be doing it, sir.
Yeah,
I know how this works because I tried it. I tried to learn the basic concepts by myself on C sharp.
yeah, fine. Okay, from the fresher group, anyone can respond. Okay, 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 fine. See, remember, whatever you are writing in the double quote, system never bothered about it. Is that correct or wrong? Your program is always having concern about the input and output only. Enter B value, I said, but immediate line I said A equal to console.read line. I'm trying to assign it to A only. Here, typing B is my mistake, but actually I am storing the value into A only. Remember, this is only to see something. In fact, you don't write it, the program will work. Okay, so I said enter B value, that is fine. But immediate line says take the given input into the A. Then next line also I said B value, but probably I'm placing that value into B only. So in terms of the output, there is no difference. A and B value will be displayed as usual. Okay, and so that is a type mistake. I said B, but the value will be stored to A1. Okay, the values are correct. Okay, see the output. This will help. This will also help you to debugging also. Means you focus your cursor there, press it. Okay, run the program. Okay, see it is at main. Press F10. At this moment, focus your cursor on A. It shows 0, B 0, C 0. And by the way, default value is 0 for integer variables. Means if you don't assign a value, by default, it will take the 0 as its value. Okay, now press F10 and probably this will ask This will say enter B value. See, at this moment, what is the A value? 0. Now press F10. This is where you have to give your input. 10, I'm giving. Press enter. It has come to line number 14. Now focus your mouse on A. A value is 10. C, focus your mouse on B. B value is still 0. Whatever you write here is doesn't matter. Okay, here is it doesn't matter. See, this is what I will express more. Suppose someone will ask you what is your salary after going to the companies, you never reveal your salary, right? Probably you will say wrong. If you have 20,000, you may say 10,000. Okay, that is for namesake you are telling. You think this is how user will understand, but actually I'm placing the value to the B only. Now at this moment, A value is 10, B value is 0, and C is 0. Then press B, still B is 0. Okay, if you press F10, then probably it will ask for B value. Enter B value. Now focus your mouse on B. You can see B value 60. So actually, the inputs are stored into A and B only, and the format is wrong. Whatever you are trying to display here, that is not correct. Okay, that is not correct. When you run the program, you can see the output as expected only. When the values will be wrong is, instead of writing A here, if you write B, okay, then probably it will display same value for, see, it says value is not assigned to A, right? So it is giving some wrong. Suppose if I give like this also, it doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter. Even it said enter A value. If I pass some value, that will be stored into B1. Let me run it and see how it works. You can see at this moment, B value is 0. Run it. Assign B value. Take it. Okay. 10. Say B value is 10. Again, I'm giving another value for B, 85. Now, what is the B value? I have given, two times I have given same value, right? B equal to read line, B equal to read line. First, I have given 10, and then I have given another number, 85. If I try to process the B value, which value it will display? Okay, so it will display the recent value. It will overwrite because there is only one memory location, right? Okay, there is only one B. When I said equal to 10, the value 10 will be coming to here. Again, I said in the next line equal to 85, the previous value will be overwritten by the latest value because single variable always takes the single value. Okay, so this is the way you are reading the input values from your keyboard. Okay, all of you are clear? Okay, you can speak out actually. Sai Teja, Bhavya. Okay, fine. So when you're writing a program, what are the things we need to consider? Let me correct it back. And by the way, I would like to show you one more thing. See, this is to make you clear. This is the static and user defined. Whatever you want, you can keep it. Even if you don't write it, don't write it. If you run the program, system will take A value and B value. So probably it is not showing anything, A or B, but press some value, press enter, press some value, enter. It will take the A value and B value. Okay. I mean to say, here, whatever you are writing, it doesn't matter. It is only to see the static input and output. Static input message, feasible message. Okay, feasible message. But the taking input value is always depends on this one. Okay. So this is what a input and output. How do we pass the input and output? Okay. However, when you are writing a program, what are the things that you need to remember? Okay, what are the things you need to remember? See, writing a program, it can be done by anyone. That means how efficient you are writing a program is very important. When you are writing a program, what are the things we need to consider is the program should be less number of lines as much as possible. It has to use less memory as much as possible. These two things we have to remember. Efficient memory management, less number of lines in the program. Okay, because when you write a program, when you run the program, we said the program goes for the compilation and then execution. Compilation means converting the code into mission readable format or MSIL format. So if you write 10 lines, it takes 10 seconds. If you write the program in 8 lines, it may take 8 seconds only, means faster in the program execution. And already the memory management we know, right? Our mobile memory is full, then apps will open very late. All the things would be getting slowed down. So we have to write a program as much as efficient. We have to reduce number of lines as much as possible. Okay, we have to reduce number of lines as much as possible. Okay, so if you look at this program, okay, if you look at this program, we can write this program in different ways. Int A, int B, int C. We can write like this also. Now, how many lines we have in this program is approximately 22, 23 lines we have. Okay. So now, instead of keeping 11 and 12, what I'm doing is B comma C. Okay. So that these two lines can be reduced. Now, instead of writing two different lines, enter A value and enter B value, enter A and B values. Then probably you don't need this one. Okay, you don't need this one. Now there is no difference in the output. If you run the program, see if the debugging is frequently stopping here, go to debug menu, you need to disable it. Or you can delete it also. There you can find the option. So enter A value. As you said, B value also. Press enter and view the next value. Then also the output is same. Means instead of 23 lines, the program has come to 19 lines. Okay. My intention is I would like to display addition of A and B, A plus B equal to C. Okay, so like this it will display. So output is same. Still, how to reduce the number of lines again? Okay, how to reduce number of lines again? So remove this line C equal to A plus B. Okay, C equal to A plus B. Here directly also you can write it A plus B. Okay, A plus B. Now run your program. 10, 10 and 20. Okay. So A plus B equal to 95. So output is same, but number of lines are less. And again, the memory management. For this particular program, how many bytes of memory it will take is 6 bytes of memory it will take. Now you don't need this, right? Because I'm not storing it in C. Okay. You can keep it like this. Now, this is the best efficient program. We can write it to find out addition of given two numbers. See, earlier it was approximately 23 lines and 6 bytes of memory. We reduced it to 18 lines and 4 bytes of memory. Okay, so reduce the number of lines as much as possible. Okay, So this is the thing we need to understand when you are writing a program. By maintaining these standards, the efficiency and accuracy will be increased in the program. Okay, that is one thing. The other one, uh, we have some concept which is called as the comments in the program. So what are the comments in the program is, suppose some XYZ developer writing this program, he is trying to include a logic here. See, sometimes in the program, there we will write very complicated logics. Maybe that person leaves the company in the middle. The person next comes to him, they need to understand the logic, right? They need to understand purpose of the each line. So that as a developer, what you can do is you can write some description about your program. The following program written for what, how it is working. So you can write some description like this. This is addition of two numbers program. Okay, like this. So this is called as the comment. So what is the comment in the program is? Comment is a simple description about the program execution. Sorry, simple description about the program. And this will not be considered as part of the program. This is just some clue. And maybe you are writing a program, you wanted to make comfortable other developer to understand what kind of logic you are writing, because logics are critical. Whatever there is in your mind, according to you will apply the logics, but other people, they may not understand, right? So you need some comment to this one. The comments are two types, single comment and multi-line comment. Maybe sometimes writing one line is not enough. You can write it in multiple lines also, which should be terminated like this. Because when you search for the content online, many people will add these comments because you are getting copy of that code, right? Maybe if you don't understand, they will help you to understand the logic. Okay, so this is called as the single line comment, and this is called as the multi-line comments. Okay, right. So these are the parts and introduction to programming language. And I would like to give you an assignment for all of you. Mostly I'm expecting from freshers. So you have to write a program. Okay, you have to write a program. Take three numbers as the input. Okay, if freshers particularly, just write a program to find addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division of given three numbers. Okay, so this is the program. You have to take three numbers as the input. And for all those numbers, you have to find out addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. You need to process the output. So I will expect from freshers to show me this program in next week. And like I said, I request you all to install your Visual Studio. Okay, so this is the way we work with input and output. And like I said, nowadays it is very rare to use the console application. Simultaneously, I will start the Windows applications also. Means along with console applications, one program I will show you on console, the other program I will show it on Windows. Windows means graphical representation of the variables. Means, see, when I run this program, enter A value asking, enter B value. Okay, like this, it is showing A plus B equal to 70. But maybe Windows application means it would be like this. Okay, so there will be a label, enter a value. So I can show you the example instead of typing here. Okay, so like this, it will show a text box like this. Enter 10 first value plus enter second value equal to. So graphical representation, not this black screen that we are seeing here. Okay, so Okay, so this is called as the Windows application. We can do it in web also, but console and Windows application both we discuss in simultaneous. Okay, so right, so I will show it in next class, tomorrow's class. And okay, so the next class we have to discuss the data types, means more about the data types. Then I will start with the control statements. Freshers, I would like to suggest these concepts are very important for you, irrespective of the programming language. That may be C, doesn't matter, C++, .NET, Java, jQuery, PHP. You go to any programming language, this data types and control statements will comes to the picture. Definitely, you have to be lot of grip on these things. Okay, going forward, no one will touch the basic concepts. Okay, what are the control statements? What are the data types? Just based to any programming language. Okay, the actual C#.NET object-oriented concepts will be extending from the control statements only. Okay, so I will try to complete up to control statements in next session. And while by end of today, I will upload this video. I request you all go through the video and try to attend tomorrow's session. Okay, so I would like to stop today here, and tomorrow we will continue with the data types and control statements. If any one of you have any doubt, let me stop recording.